Greetings and good evening, denizens of the Warp, the Imperium, and beyond. This is another episode of the Warp Report. Welcome, everybody. We are joined today by the usual co-hosts and moi, Rachel, Nicholas, Rock, and me, Luke. Good evening, folks. What's up?
Hey, hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Happy New Year.
Dude, Happy New Year.
Again,
Yeah.
It's all now. Hey, good evening.
We get 2 New
so
Years. Let's go.
You know what that means? You know what
Lunar
Solna
New
means?
Year.
It means that I finally got some days off from work and I probably get some sleep after a long time out.
Yeah.
It's 2 of my 4
Oh,
days
yeah.
off a year.
There you go.
That's
And the best thing,
depressing.
I time my
Yeah.
my third jab of vaccine on a Friday, so it's gonna be a sweet 5-day vacation if I don't collapse.
There you go. Actually, do you know what the best part about Solnal is that I found out?
But
The oranges.
the oranges.
So
right. The
I opened up.
tangerines.
No, these are oranges. These are oranges.
What?
I opened up 3 kilograms of oranges, and then I go over to Justin to grab some stuff, and he just meets me at the door, and he has a bag of oranges. He's like, "Here, my work sent me a ton of oranges." I'm like, "Yes."
Wait. So you got actual
Like
oranges,
the big
not,
ones?
not the
No,
tangerines.
these are like
or something.
these are the size of like softballs.
They are
like
the premium version because I got this in too. I gotta give him a company,
This
Pierce,
is-
and they size on my head. They're amazing.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, and I'm
awesome.
making the sick ass smoothie. Think of that.
Yeah, we'll include a picture of just how big these oranges are, and it's great. Because it's 3 kilograms, but it's only like
Same.
10
it's
oranges.
great.
Those are some thick oranges.
At first, I was,
They are thick, which has
I
been
was
great.
like, should I give
been
them
great
out?
getting
Should
all
I give
this.
them as a gift to somebody? And like, I'm gonna eat one. Oh, it's actually good. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to myself.
Yeah, these
I'm gonna
things are
give this to
delicious
myself.
too. They're
Anyway.
so juicy.
Premium
Yeah.
fruit is something that I don't know. I can't think of
It's just
any
like an-
place on Earth other than like kind of Southeast Asia area that you give away premium fruit as gifts. And people think, oh no, I can't be that much better. And then you have an apple that's worth like $12 and you see
Well,
God. And you're like,
this-
what?
Whoa.
You understand original sin.
Yeah, you
Yeah, and
understand,
you're like,
yeah.
whoa.
Well,
If the
You know-
apple's on
you
the
know,
tree.
I'm just like I take a bite and I'm like, Eve, I don't condone it, but I get
well,
Yeah, I literally watched
You
a
got it.
you don't
documentary
get to choose.
about like
Okay, or you get the fruit, or you get a giant box of spam. So
I'll take the spam
spam
in every
gets
day,
that.
in any day. Thank you very much. I'll take spam,
it.
dude.
The most beautiful part about Korea, I think, is the spam, but it's so much better than the stuff in America.
well, that is.
Wait,
like
how's
what?
it different from America though? Like,
The stuff in America is much saltier.
I've never had Korean spam,
Well,
so I
now
wouldn't
you have the
know.
curiosity. Now go bite some spam.
I can just
I
imagine.
I came over during quarantine and my work supplied my food.
Oh, no.
It was there was so much spam.
Well,
Yo, I
Oh,
can just
my.
imagine like how salty it is. Like, what, it's like salt based, like putting those salt on there, like sprinkling it on.
It's like
spam or something.
salting cured meat. Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Dang.
But the
All
nice
right,
part is because I've been wearing so many hats recently, I think you guys in the chat
Yeah.
have kind of seen what I've been up to. Especially you guys, we talk a lot. You know a lot more behind the scenes stuff. It's been keeping me from getting sick. I got to say, like, with how run down I have been working, I've worked the past 3 weeks, had 2 days off in the whole time.
All right.
Like, and on top of doing all the stuff, because we have a Twitch channel now.
Woo woo.
Hell
Right,
yeah.
right.
Actually, at the time of recording, we have a stream
we
going
have
on.
Mr. Adam, our painter. He's doing. I think he's finishing Hellbreak by now.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. He's working on Hellbrecht right now.
Yeah,
proceed
if you go
the deed.
if you go to
Proceed
the
the deed.
stream, you should the first comment you should post is proceed with the deed. So yep,
Proceed with
There
the
you go.
deed.
Proceed.
But yeah, we'll be streaming there 3 to 5 days a week at least between Adam and myself. At the very
yep.
least.
All right.
Eventually, I'll be
Adam's
getting a
painting
camera as
Black
well. so-
Templars. I'm painting Krons, but also I'll be playing Total War 2.
nice. And
Yeah, so
Nice,
on
dude.
weekends I'm looking at some Total
and
War
somewhere
Warhammer
along the
2.
lines, we'll have the
It's gonna be
special
great.
stream. It's gonna be a very unique stream. It's gonna be Rock on a hot tub, painting Death Guard. look forward to it.
Hey.
Excuse me?
No,
That's not gonna be on stream.
Luke, we have to wait. Luke, we have to wait until we get affiliate status so people can donate.
Then we can do the rock hunter stream, right?
I thought we were saving that for the Patreon.
No.
What
The
is
Patreon
going
is the
on
feed
here?
pics. It's the secret folder of 80.
Yeah, the
I have
Sororitas
80
feed
feed
pics.
pics waiting for you on the Patreon.
Shit.
It's just really
Rock-
nice shots
Rock
of
is
all
for
the
the good of
miniature
the community.
feet.
Yeah.
Don't tell them. It's a collection of Boxwalker feeds. Shh. Don't tell them.
But yeah, no spoilers on that Patreon, but I am working on it. To get us some cool stuff
working
going.
on it.
Yep.
Those involved know what I'm doing. I've been in contact, laying some groundwork. But yeah, it's a lot going on. On top of me, trying to just take care of my health at the same time. So, because if I've realized that if I ever went nuclear or crashed out, how much stuff I have. So I'm like, you know what? I should take more care of my health, cook better food. I should exercise more. Because if I go down, I pull a lot with
No,
me.
you don't get to the both. You can be healthy and do a lot of things at the same time. Only one.
No, I gave up sleep.
Well, that's basically a road to unhealthiness, dude. Like, what
You
the
gave
heck?
up the most important
I'll
thing.
look sick. I will look sick
That is-
while I'm doing it.
Yeah, you will look sick and you will become
No,
sick, sir.
I'm gonna have the world's. I may be tired, but I will have custodies. I will look like Henry Cavill if it kills me.
I'm sorry, but the exercise physiology major has to jump in and say that's not how that
Well,
works. He sleeps for those gains.
Yeah, well,
okay, you
yeah,
gotta
but-
sleep for the gains.
Health book says this is bad. Too bad
Well,
I can't read.
Health book says no gains if
Just
you
don't
don't sleep.
forget, Nick, that you don't have something that Henry Cavill has, and that's the special secret juice of the Emperor, asteroids. So yeah,
Also, I don't have the jawline of the Emperor either.
it's not.
Seriously, you could cut.
It's
you
not
could
about the
cut
jaw.
marble
It's
with that
about the
jawline.
asteroids and the special cocktail made to your body that's gonna help you to get those
Wait,
gains.
does the Emperor have 2 hearts?
The Emperor has my heart and everyone's
The
hearts. He has a
Emperor-
million hearts. Okay.
Good question.
The Emperor has the heart
Yeah.
of trillions.
Jeez. No, I mean, I know Space Marines, they're augmented, right? But
No,
it's
the Emperor's just a human.
Yeah,
He's just a man.
human,
He's just a
right? But,
dude, man.
Superhuman.
Definitely not a
In a
god.
way.
Definitely
No,
just a
he's
dude.
he's a super powerful psyker that has been
no,
worshipped
no.
enough that he's now a god. But he
The
was
Emperor
just
is the
a person.
amalgamation of 13 shamans committing ritual seppuku at the same time. So yeah,
He's not
Allegedly.
wrong. He's not
and
wrong.
you're not wrong.
So yeah, technically, I guess he would have 13, or is it just the souls?
Wait, only 13?
13.
See, look, he
I thought
can't
they
tell
were
how
13
much.
super beefed up shamans.
Yeah.
Rock
Yeah.
can't tell how much we're just trolling him and how much is real, but literally everything we've said has
Yeah,
been true.
so basically 13 shamans were hitting it and bro, what if we just commit seppuku and protect the world? And it was yeah, bro, let's do it. And they did it. And then the Emperor was born.
And they did it. And then allegedly
Yeah.
the Emperor was born. Yep, that's
Do you know
true.
what is you know the true Emperor's name? What's his actual name? Do you know Rock?
Well, he's had a bunch.
Yeah, but the one that is the original one. I mean, at the beginning, his first
His
name.
first name.
Wait, what was it? What was it?
Go on. Noth. That was his first name, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure Neoth is just a name that he holds at some point in time.
but I mean, it was one of the earliest.
It's the
names known,
earliest known
It's
name.
the earliest ones that we know.
But that's why he calls himself the Emperor. And in the whole 40k universe, if you know someone's name, you can basically mess him up in the warp. That's why nobody knows the Emperor's true name.
You can control them.
Be'lakor and company is some demons that we don't know the names. And for example, the Grey Knights, in their weapons, they know they have words and names. That's the names of demons, so they can banish them easily whenever they face them on purpose.
Yep.
Wow.
If you have a demon's true name, you can control it.
Yep.
Where you can actually control demons.
If you have the demon's true name,
how do you
then you
think
control
Masters
it.
of Possession work? Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
My fair.
So literally,
but-
Space Marines and Heretics, they have their own Pokemon. If you think about
Kind
it.
of. They
you can.
They can.
It's possible.
But most of the time, they can control it, but they can't stop it from killing them.
So technically,
That sounds like the war.
And the problem is, whenever the Thousand Sun, the Dust Boy, decides to summon Anacarios, the Heart Render.
Is that the
Literally
big ass like demon or something like that? Like
it's a huge bird, so terrifying. Zeech put all of his knowledge and spells into controlling this thing.
what?
And because it could no longer control its own fate, it went mad. So summoning it is an apocalyptic event. If you summon that, you don't want the world to live. The Imperium just abandons the world if that thing comes out.
Just straight up exterminatus the planet or something.
Yeah,
like that.
he is
I
an
would have should have done that,
exterminatus.
man. He should totally summon the thing, the super chicken, the mega ultra chicken, like Yu-Gi-Oh.
But yeah, it's literally the ultra chicken. Yeah.
Chicken.
I like
It's
how we
the
got
ultra
here
chicken,
from
yeah.
Rock's totally innocent question. So wait, does the Emperor have 2 hearts?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We just go on this tangent, and
Welcome to 40K.
I guess the
Yes. Well, all the Primarchs have true names as well because they're like Imperial demons, pretty
So, yeah,
much.
Yep.
So I have a headcanon
Wait,
that
what?
their names are actually
Yeah,
titles.
Wait. Even the loyalists?
all the
So
yeah.
basically,
In a sense.
here's fun fact. Basically, the Emperor probably made a deal with the Chaos Gods to get the fragments of warp stuff that he made into the Primarchs, and then
What?
totally went back on that deal and didn't give them whatever he promised them.
And so they took advantage of mommy scientists' postpartum depression and
have you
yeeted
seen the
them into the
meme
warp.
when
Yep.
Rock,
Wait,
no,
is
yeah,
this
Rock,
canon?
Rock.
This
Rock.
is real.
Yeah, have you
This is
seen
real.
the meme like the Emperor's like talking to the Chaos Gods? Chaos Gods, can I have a warp shard? What, to do something and help us? So yeah, and they makes Primus like a total
Totally.
boss. Makes 20 Primus and it goes against the Chaos. Yeah, that's pretty much the Imperium.
That's pretty much what happened. Yeah, that's why.
Yo, what the heck?
That's why all the Primarchs, to some degree, have like psychic ability.
Yep.
Like,
Or I also am convinced this is why some of them they all have names from their homeworld, but like I'm convinced like Corvus Corax, Ferrus Manus, and Sanguinius, for example, and Jagatai, that's not actually their names. Those are just titles they were given and what they keep. Because like Sanguinius literally means of the blood, and he was the chieftain of the
Immortarian,
blood tribe.
born in death.
So if he was chieftain Sanguinius, he'd be chieftain of the blood.
and Angron is
Or
just angry.
maybe instead of that I really like your theory, Nick, but I'm not gonna give Games Workshop the big brain galaxy thing. I'm just gonna say like, man, Raven sounds cool, but not very cool. Let's make it more. What's the version in Latin? Oh yeah, Corvus, Corsac. That
Yeah,
works, man.
you throw the
it.
fake space
there you go.
Latin on
Boom,
it.
big Latin, solved, done.
There you go.
My personal favorite is hey, did you come up with a name for our Primarch who spreads the glory and the word of and the lore of the Empire? Yeah, the intern that played golf all weekend. Totally, it's Lore Gar.
Anyway,
I just love everything to deal with the Iron Hands is always hilarious because it's literally Ferrus Manus, which means Iron Hand in Latin, the Primarch of the Iron Hands, and his flagship is the Fist of
big
Iron.
brain, the big galaxy brain.
And I thought the Imperial Fists were really
Either that or it's like Iron Blood.
Hands,
I
not
can't
the Imperial
remember.
Fist.
There's
Rogel is cool. Rogel needs a hug. Leave Rogel alone.
I'm not saying anything bad about Rogaldorn.
No, he was calling Ferrus Manus an Imperial Fist.
No, I'm not saying. I thought, what I said was like, and I thought like Imperial Fists were the bluntest people. Like,
Oh, yeah, the Iron Hands too.
They kind of are.
Yeah, with Primarch names, there's totally a joke to be made, something about Fulgrim,
right.
but
So basically,
Yeah,
Games
But,
Workshop, when they made the names, they were. I don't think they were thinking, oh, the big game. It was like, it's like golden era comic book heroes. Peter Parker, PP, like J. Jonah Jameson, JJJ. It's easy to remember, easy to catch on, move it. That's what they did. I don't think they gave it.
Mary Jane, totally not a
totally.
drug. MJ.
Yeah, pretty much.
The biggest
Last
the
Dance
biggest
with
brain
Mary
Primarch name is
Jane.
still Lionel Johnson and the Dark Angels. That was a very
Oh, yeah.
big brain literature reference to
Lionel Johnson.
Are you
yeah.
Yes.
talking about
Wonder back to-
Lionheart? No, wait, never mind. Totally
no,
no.
I'm talking about talking about big brain literature references, but no, not
I'm
what I
sure
heard.
somewhere. I'm sure
Yeah.
somewhere deep in Games Workshop, someone's patting their back like, "Man, I'm so deep." So yeah,
Man, that made so much sense.
someone is shaking hands. So anyway. Nice recount.
Did you see the funny thing though? Did you see in the chat the other day? Someone was like, "Why does everyone hate the Ultramarines?" It was John. Within 3 seconds, I just responded, "Matt Wood
Yeah.
mostly." Just to thinking, because I know Rock and I watched the Demon Kielbasa episode of
Oh, God.
Adeptus Ridiculous over the
I'm
past
still
week.
watching. I'm still watching it. I'm not
Oh,
yet done.
boy.
No spoilers, okay? No spoilers.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
okay. We'll move on from the Demon Kielbasa.
Yeah, that. I mean, let's do. If you want to talk about Demon Kielbasa, let's do that. That's ridiculous. Make it Patreon. Make a goal. Make it happen.
Make it the Patreon
Yeah.
exclusive.
Oh my god, we have the Twitch, we have the YouTube.
The dramatic
Fuck, you're lacking
reading.
Business to
dude.
conquer.
Of the Demon Kilabara.
What do you mean we? And I already have one.
Oh,
I didn't say anything.
Yes, I already have one. Remember the last time we made the joke about having Sororitas
Oh,
feet
God.
pics? I actually went and made a Patreon that night.
night.
Yep, we have a Patreon. We do have a Patreon.
I sent it to you, Rock. Do you read anything I write you?
Oh.
Rock,
Literally, someone in the chat asked this week, does Rock read anything?
Rock is
I'm
equivalent.
no,
Like, do
he
you
doesn't.
accept the terms and conditions? And it says like, you give your soul to Nurgle, and they said, yeah, totally, bring it.
Yeah.
That's the South
Yeah,
Park
the
episode
Apple one,
where where Stan signs the contract. It's like, did you just pepper spray my dad?
Yeah,
You said
you,
we could.
you didn't read the terms and conditions. Nobody has time for them. Oh my god, you didn't read it.
That's Rock. That is Rock.
Wow.
Anyway. Funny discussion aside.
Anyway.
People who don't like lore, they should be your timestamp basically right now. Anyway, since the year is closing, I'm closing in the terms of Warhammer because the big event LBO is coming up this weekend, if I recall, and the ITC is
Yeah.
closing
Yeah,
up.
that's
It's
right.
closing up. We have a little bit to talk because mostly I want to know, like a year in retrospective of what we're doing in 40k. Also, I want to save the salt for the end after a very nice walkthrough to the valley of, oh, this is nice, and then like, oh, this is the new points. Well, I hate everything now, so let's take a little like stroll back to memory lane. Like, so take a good seat, take a good breath. Let's go back memory lane when things were beautiful. When Death Guard Codex was like the strongest coder for like 5 minutes until Drukari showed up. And and everything was sunshine and lollipops, and then Admix showed up, and Drukari, and everything else happened. So, what do you guys think?
Right.
Who wants to start?
So the
I
funny
would
part.
sacrifice an adorable baby squirrel to be a good codex for 5 minutes.
So the funniest part for me is I was not playing when Blood Angels were the peak of
Oh
the
yeah,
meta.
you had like,
so
15
I didn't
days.
even get
you have 15
that.
days of power.
I didn't even get that. No, I didn't even get that because by the time
I
I
didn't even
started
get
playing,
that either because COVID.
Yeah.
well, by the time I started playing,
And
the Dark Angel Codex had just come out. So, like, and by the time I knew anything about what I was doing, like, they had already kind of dropped down the list. So I never had that, like, power tripping moment of being the top of the meta, like, mathematically, because I just, A, was not a good enough player to take advantage of it, and B, kind of got in a
Rachel,
little bit too late. So,
trust me, you have no
well.
idea the power high you get. When you say in the chat in the tournament, maybe I'll bring Mortarion. And everyone's like, just don't know what to do. Everyone's just
Everybody just
panicking
leaves.
because they didn't know if you were bringing it or not. And they used to make that joke, and people were like legitimately like worried, like, oh god, is this gonna...
like, people have left the chat.
He's actually
like-
bringing Mortarion or not. And I would make that joke, and I would just wait until the end of the day, just like, oh yeah, actually I'm bringing him or not. So yeah, I miss those days. I miss those days when like.
Someday
Well, I
I'll
heard
know.
like Mortarion actually got buff in the 9th Codex. That's
No,
what I
yeah,
heard.
yeah, but back in when he first came out, everyone was terrified of him. It was funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright. I mean,
Yeah,
in
it's-
my case though, like looking back, honestly, I just started, so like not much to do. It's more like just staying alive, honestly. And like when it comes to like
Staying
competitive
alive,
plays and
staying
casual
alive.
plays, yeah, exactly, just staying alive. And
Yeah.
then I met Demon Engine, and
What
I
do, what,
just
what, do,
can't
what
stop
do you
playing Demon
mean,
Engine.
Met Demon Engine?
And Rock
Yeah.
hasn't made Rock met Demon Engines, and he hasn't made a single
Yeah, I know.
list
And
since.
he says Met Demon Engine. It was like, you know the meme, like, it's me holding, oh, this is Demon Engines. I made this. And then Rock looks at this like, I made this. This is mine now.
Rock. You are the Thomas Edison of Death Guard.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm making it work. Okay, I'm making it work.
And
The
hold
stats
on, hold on,
are
hold
So
on,
did
hold
Thomas
on,
Edison.
hold on. Okay.
No, seriously, it's like you're looking at it, and it's just like, yes, the day that Rock met Luke, and he hasn't had original thoughts since.
Oh god, no, that's not smart.
You just did
Oh my
it started
God.
with you did this.
No,
did this combo. Oh wait, I'm gonna do the same combo.
No.
And it's all just been downhill from there.
No. Joke aside, no. The first day I met Rock, I just woke up to him like, "Do you don't have codex? No. Do you know the stratagems? No." I was like, "Oh God, Rock!" I just pulled my cheat sheet with all my stratagems separated by command phases and everything, gave it to him, and that's how it started.
You know that cheat sheet is actually still in my apartment. I just got some incense, and I'm gonna give it a ritualistic burning
not
over
that
Solomon.
one. It was on a piece of plastic.
The
It was
other
different.
one.
It was
I mean-
printed.
Oh,
and
the
it-
one that I should have left at Old Dice.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. But anyway, let's do a recount. Who wants to go first? So we have some time here. So let's do a recount. Who wants to go first on the year
mine's
in recount?
probably the longest. So why don't we start with Rachel?
I was going to say mine's probably the short. Well, no.
Wow,
But it
Luca,
is.
you and I have been playing
is.
competitive since the start of the season.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, like, for the whole last year recap, I started playing in, like, March. So I'm coming up on my 1 year Warhammer anniversary. Yay! Whee!
I just passed 2 years about a couple of weeks ago, or 2 years to returning.
Go on.
Yeah,
Go on.
so-
September will be God.
Move
8.
on. Tell us, Rachel, from the day you said I hate Morinball to the Titans are cool. tell us.
Two incredibly loud Warhorn blast in chat.
Up. First of all, I said Titans were cool day one. So,
Okay.
seriously, like, the first day I went over to my friend's place, and he's like, yeah, I play Warhammer. It's my thing. Shout out to Terry. And I open the door to his place, and, like, there's a direct view into the room where he keeps all of his Warhammer stuff. And he has his computer desk there, and there's a Warlord Titan sitting on the computer desk.
Castle.
And I'm
Nice.
just like, look, all that other stuff I've seen before was good, but that is cool.
So that's how Admic feel, huh? He's a god machine.
That, yeah. I was like, bro, I don't even want to touch it. I don't want to break it. He's like, it's okay. The gun falls off all the time. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, basically I started playing like March-ish of last year with my friends, borrowed Ultramarines, just trying to understand how Space Marines worked. And then at some point I was like, yeah, I kind of want to maybe start painting my own guys, but maybe not build an army because that seems like a little bit too much. Haha, famous last words.
Lol. Lol, as you start your second army.
Yeah.
The lie that
And,
every player has done. Go on.
Yeah, the slippery slope. And then
Lickety slack.
yeah, I basically was trying to choose between Blood Angels and Dark Angels just based on the aesthetic of the models because I thought both of them had a really cool specific
Can't
model
beat
range.
the Judeo-Christian.
Nope.
The
The Catholic
Judeo-Christian
aesthetic
aesthetic,
cannot
man.
be stopped, man.
No, she.
Well, they're both Judeo-Christian. They're great.
She had a ratio between how hot and how many war crimes they commit. So, angels, dark angels, blood angels, they kind of like balance each other
I feel
out.
like eating your prey, eating your enemy goes against the Geneva suggestions.
It's literally choosing between Dark Souls or Bloodborne.
I mean, you're actually on track for both of those. Again, the
hotness.
Judeo-Christian aesthetic cannot be beat.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically
yeah.
started reading some lore. Red Fear to Tread, that was it. I was like, well, I'm a Blood Angel player now. And yeah, now I don't even know how many points of 40k Blood Angels. More than half
Not
of that can be used for 30k, which I'm probably going to get into playing as well now. Just because, like, it seemed like a super fun way to play. Plus, I
30K?
just... Yeah, 30K.
Horus Heresy, yeah.
Horus Heresy.
Is there like different rules for it or something?
Yeah.
Oh my,
Yeah.
you sweet summer child.
It's just
Yes.
Space Marine versus Space Marines versus Space Marines versus Space
Ah.
Marines.
You can also play
it's the
AdMech,
Horus
and you can
Heresy.
also play Custodes, and I think you can also play like Knights and Titans and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just
Demons.
and demons, yes,
That
and
sounds
demons.
cool. That does sound
Yeah,
cool.
but it's basically more narrative focused, like
okay.
less competitive, more narrative
Wait, so it's like Crusade.
focused. Yeah, it's closer to that.
Crusade is heavily based on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine more time with the wings. That's what
Oh.
you're playing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those cool Primarch models you see from Forge World, those are for 30K.
They have rules. You can play them.
Okay. Makes
Like the
sense.
Sanguinius we gave Rachel for Christmas.
Right,
Yes. Maybe that's why I want to get into 30K, so I can finally have a Primark on the
Yeah,
table.
yeah. It's not because of that. It's not because someone loves manlets. I mean, yeah, totally.
Hey.
Hey. Go on.
Hey.
Hey, we
Go
have a
on.
Hey.
whopping 2 30K players down here in Incheon.
Whoa.
It's about to be 3. Actually, I think I have, like, if I get everything put together that I do have kind of waiting to be put together and painted, I have over 2,000 points of Blood Angels easy for 30K.
I
so.
can play Delgar with my Play Marines. They fit.
What is it?
kinda.
I don't think it's Horus Heresy level though.
Oh, no, I mean, I can say they just arrived to the Siege of Terra with the Mercury fight, so it works. I can get away with it.
Yeah, no, you could narratively make them work.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, fun
Just not
fact,
more Tarian.
they're all still wearing their old,
30K
armor
yeah.
stuff anyway,
That's
so
why I love
yeah.
Delgar. Yeah, go on, sorry.
Yeah, because they look cool. Because Mark 3
Anyways,
and
go ahead.
Cataphracti are cool.
Cataphracti
But,
is superior Terminator armor.
it is very beautiful. Anyways, yeah, basically got into my community back home. Yeah, shout out to all the guys that play at Games HQ. I miss y'all. But yeah, got into playing there. Just really had a lot of fun. Was very lucky to find a good community of people to play with. And then once I got to Korea, I was really worried I wasn't going to find anybody. But then I found y'all, so... And here I am, even further down the black hole, starting a new army, and woohoo! But I finally got to play some tournaments, and it was really fun. Like, I mean, I expect to die every time I show up, but hey, I just want to have fun, so... and I typically do have fun, unless I have to play
just
Death Guard.
wanna have fun. Sorry.
I like how you...
It's too soon for Cindy Lauper, man. Go on.
But anyways, yeah. Overall, super enjoyable. Not a lot to recap as far as the tournament circuit goes, considering I only played one tournament, technically.
Hey,
I think that counts for
You,
ITC.
you made it to the ranking, though. You're in the 40K ranking for Korea.
Yeah!
You made it there.
Yep. You're on
Let's
the
go!
list.
Hey, and like I said, I'm probably one of the top 10 female Blood Angel players in the world.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's a given.
Yeah,
given.
I
let's
actually
go.
want to look that up one of these days. We got to look that up and like just see how many there are.
It does make me wonder, like, honestly. But yeah, anyways, I'm so happy to have found everybody here, and it was a great 2021 for me in Warhammer and in life in general. So
One of the great moments was whenever Soon came up to me and said, "Hey, we have a girl in the chat. You should consider having her on the podcast." And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, a different point of view, a different voice." And I'm like, "Diversity?" He's like, "Yeah, diversity." I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "All right, fine, we'll give it a shot." And you slotted right in with the communist Bugs Bunny, and it was all history.
Oh, yeah. We are one. Yeah, I remember.
we are one.
I love
we
the
are
day
all together
when
in the
Nick
trench
asked
coat.
me, like, "Can you draw another one?" I was like, "Another one? Why?"
Another one.
Another one. And then I got that picture back, and it hasn't left my profile picture on Discord since then. Because Cozy Librarian Terminator is the mood that I try and like encompass in my entire life. It's
Yeah,
just,
ever
it's just so.
ever since you got new padding, you've been basically in that mood for a while
Yeah,
now.
I've got this long padding coat that is like, plus 50 cold resistance, and that's as close as I can get to my Cozy Terminator armor in real life. It
Yeah,
basically covers all my
Rachel.
body.
She looks like a Michelin.
34th in the country. 34th in the country.
I'm the
So not bad.
34th
It's pretty
Blood
good.
Angel player in the country. Let's go.
No, you're
Out of,
34th player
like,
in the country.
50. Out of like
Hey,
50.
That's pretty good.
Oh wait, like in the entire country?
Wow.
Out of the people we have recorded for ITC events, which is we're the only ITC group in the country. The
Okay,
rest
but
of,
wait, Nick, tell me how many people are on
I'm
that
actually
list.
surprised though.
You don't need to
we're
know
only
that.
ITC group?
Nick,
Yeah,
Nick,
you don't
tell
need
me
to know
how many
that.
people are on that list. I'm 34th. Tell me how many people there are.
39.
Hey, that means I'm better than at least some people, and that's okay.
One of them is actually our Black Legion player. Funny enough.
Shoot.
Hey, a small victory. Now I just gotta beat the
And
Tyranid
actually,
players.
one of the so there is one Blood Angel player below you
Oh.
Is it
because he
true?
Well,
played
we
in the
gotta-
same event as you. It's Martin.
Oh.
Oh.
Well. So we had this so far.
Alright.
Anyways, yeah, it's been all good for me.
all good. It's been all sunshine and rainbow so far.
It's
Good.
been all sunshine and rainbows.
I'm
I love
sure-
I love my little manlets as much as you want to make fun of them. I love reading. Read 48 books last year. Already read 3 this year. Feels good. I'm chewing through the Night Lord's Omnibus right now. It's extremely entertaining.
Conrad
And yeah.
Kurz.
Yeah,
All the Night Lords are a
I'm
spicy
sure
bunch.
that from all the games you played in 2021, that your favorite games were against Death Guard. I am 100% sure.
I played Death Guard so many times.
More than one too many. One too many.
Like, I don't even have that much trauma. I forgot my Morphin Vol trauma, like, until you brought it up again. But man, the Death Guard trauma is it's
PTSD 's
real.
there.
Epidemius.
It's real.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
is gene coded at this point. It's just I don't like it.
Rock.
Oh,
You go.
Okay. Oh, it's my turn now?
Mr. You are number 8.
Oh, what?
You're number 8.
Number 8. Hot dang. What I'll be? I honestly don't know what to say.
Now, if we're doing Rock's original list, 32nd.
Wow, okay.
Oh,
To be fair,
I'm
Spicy.
just kidding. No, you
It's a
earned that
very
number 8
spicy.
spot. I've watched you from your first tournament, from whenever we played, to where, I'll be completely honest, you went from, lol, I'm going to stop this guy to, oh God, I have to strategize.
Yep.
From 0
Yeah,
So
to
it's a
0,
big
my
improvement.
friend.
I went from just stopping you to, I have to think now.
Oof.
Yeah, dude. The power of Nurgle grows, or should I say, the engine.
according to Imperium Nockmund, no, it doesn't.
Okay, so it turns out this year, or should I say the last year, how it went down is that I've been playing some tournaments so far. I've been joining Benny's tournament. I've been playing casual tournaments also, mostly Benny's because he's the one that hosts a lot of tournaments during the past.
You mean games at his place?
Right. I mean, no, he did host quite a lot of
He
tournaments.
hosted 2.
Yeah,
He hosted 2.
Really? Only 2?
Yep, because I missed one in October and then I played in the other one.
So, does this also carry out with a league or something, or no?
No.
So this is overall.
Or no, though it counts the league games. Yes.
Oh, okay. Then it makes sense. So yeah, so 2 tournaments in this place. 1 tournament's D place, I guess. That's 3 tournaments so far, and
To 60% of a tournament at D's place.
Okay, then it makes sense.
2/3.
Right. So
60%.
All right. So overall, though, throughout those tournaments or even gameplays so far or something like that, the first tournament I played with Nick, it was devastating, and I did learn from those tournaments also, especially a lot from Luke. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, the first tournament was the first game against me. That's
Yes,
the tournament that I hated mirror match. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this combo, and then on Rock's turn, oh, I'm gonna do the exact same thing you did to me, but to you, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't like this.
Wait, no.
Because one of the best part is that Luke was going first, I think, and I get to see what he does. It's okay, so literally Control C, Control V.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're honest about it.
And then Rock's like, oh man, I need to get up on the line because I just played Space Wolves. This is an aggressive army too. I need to get up the table. And everyone came over and looked at the deployment and said, oh God. What have you done?
That's what happened. And the last game was with Nick, and it went horribly. I thought
100-32
because it's like I played against like Marines before, so I know how things goes down just a bit, I guess, because like I played like casual games with like Space Marines or something like that, because I played a lot with Benny because he plays Space Marine. But I'd say better ones out there. But demons though, God. So it doesn't matter like how much AP you have. They just have invuln saves, and some of the fiends that he has, like you're just locked into combat there. So I could leave my base in turn 1. Like Nick went first.
15 of them for those at home. 15.
I remember walking by the table on deployment, and I just looked at Rock and said, Rock, why are you deploying near the deployment line? Oh, because I want to get close to your objective. No, you won't. I just left.
Because he's just like, who got first turn? Nick, you're not leaving.
So that was like the first.
I was smooth. I did roll that tournament because I remember against you, I got +2 movement on the keeper with +3 movement.
Right.
So its base move was 19.
Oh no.
I'm so balanced.
And it advanced in charge. So, you know, they do be schmoovin'. They do be
They go
schmoovin'.
vroom vroom. They go fast. And
So, anyways, going on after your spicy deja vu event.
right. The other tournaments, it's like it's at Benny's place, I think. Yeah. So I did hear that from Luke. He was recommending like Demon Engine list at first. I was actually skeptical at first. Like, is this really good or something like that? It seems like too costly or something like that. It's just only one. What if they just kill like my bloater? It's just done or something like that. Because like Demon Engines I'm not saying they're bad. I think they're good, but like they might be good, but if you start to lose 1 or 2 of them, then you just like lose board control and you just start to lose. That's the reason why like you're like I tend to be really cagey with them like most of the time. That does like help in a certain like instance or something like that, but it does like make you not play good or something like that, make you make a lot of mistakes or something like that. So in the second tournament or something like that, or like in the third or something, I lost count honestly, but like in the other tournaments, I actually made a conversion of Bellicor, or should I say proxy of Bellicor in this case, because I had like 0 parts of Bellicor. And I decided to use Bellicor at the Demon Engine list, and first game was with Sue, and I got demolished there. I deep strike
It's like 18 to 100.
Right.
18?
Yeah, 18. Because I decided to deep strike.
Oh, no, this was not the one I was at. This was the other one. I was in California at the time.
Oh, okay. Because I decided to deep strike Bellicor because I wasn't so sure on if I should like put him out in the field. He will just get gunned down by Hive Guard or like by I forgot the big behemoth flying unit that shoots like 60 bullets.
Harridan.
Yeah, the Harridan, right? The Harridan. So yeah, the game went really bad there, but the other games with D and with James, it went pretty well. Like I actually was surprised that I was able to like pull off those spicy plays and just won the games or something like that. Honestly, Death Guards are resilient, and the Demon Engines, they're more resilient because they have higher toughness and higher health, and they are very shooty, and I like that. And it actually makes you feel like you're getting into the game because it rewards you for actually playing the game. I'm not even joking. Like for every units you kill, you get tallies with the Demon Engine. So yeah, it's very good. So thank you, Luke, for showing me the way.
I'll show you the way. Because the way.
Do you know the way, my brother?
Darkness is on my mind. The demon enters. Oh, no, sorry, copyright. No, wait, sorry, go on.
Oh, no, we're gonna get demonetized.
Like overall, like I love Demon Engines. That's all I can say, and I think it just proves that like stepping up the ladder. That means like yeah, I'm doing well, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you finished 8th in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Largely, and I will say in no small part thanks to your showing at Pyeongtaek where you finished like 5th even with a 0.
Yeah.
That was good.
And I mean your strong showing in the league. You got a really strong showing in league.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Same.
I was actually surprised.
Yep.
Luke built a hell of a list.
Wow.
Not a single breath. You are not letting this man breathe.
A couple of your lists were a group effort because you'd always send us your stuff and be like, no, that's awful.
Never know until you try.
Our victory, Rock. Our victory.
I build them, I test them with Remy, and then I test them with Rock.
It's like the final.
Yeah, I did scientific proof. All right. Thanks, Rock, for your recap of the year. So yeah, thank you for being my guinea pig all this year. I'm looking forward for another 2022. Yeah, you did very good. You did pretty good. I'm proud of you. You know the moment I realized that the list was good. That's when I saw you facing Grey Knights with 5 dreads, and you didn't take a single casualty. I was like, wow, this is so strong. This is strong.
It's actually it's a gimmick, but
hey, it works.
As long as it works.
Okay,
right?
so now I want to move to Nick, because when I first met him, he was a full dedicated Blood Angel, and then halfway through that, he said, Sanguinus is no longer my friend. Relationship with Sanguinus ended. My new best friend is 6 Keeper of Secrets.
6 Keepers of Secrets.
Hey, dude, I will be completely honest. I just went from one spectrum of horny to the other.
Oh my. What is it? In your words, Nick? In your words, I wanted to stop playing Warhammer on Dark Souls mode.
No, I continued to play Warhammer on
I went Demon Souls.
I'm like, man, I want to stop playing on Dark Souls mode. And I went and got a harder army.
Because, yeah, you know what? That tracks.
I mean, I went full Slanesh. Excess and all, glutton for punishment.
Well,
yeah,
the moment
tracks.
he made the shift, he traded something that is called Shooting Phase that no longer exists. So,
well, look. If you were playing Blood Angels, you barely had one to begin with.
I hear everyone talking about this shiating.
He had one shooting.
Is it? Did I get that right? Everyone's talking about this shiating, and I don't get it. Is this like Italian?
Yeah. And then remember, your shooting phase is when you put a scope to your knife. Just to make sure that
got it. Oh, America.
You put the scope on the chainsaw.
America phase.
Yeah. So go on, Nick. Tell us your journey from one spectrum to the other.
Yeah. So I didn't get to play Blood Angels my first year I started the game because I bought my Blood Angels in January of 2020. Obviously, I had been Necrons back in 2014. But I took a break from the game because I didn't have a great community, and I got back into it because I was playing cards at a card shop, and I just kept seeing Warhammer, and I'm like, man, I really miss that game. It's always just attracted me. So I said, fine, I'm going to get into it. So I'm like, all right, fair enough. And then I get to Korea, and I'm moving to Korea, and I'm like, all right, what's something I love? What's something I can do? Say, fine. I love Warhammer. I found 40 Korea. There was like less than 25 of us in the chat when I joined. Mm-hmm. You know, it was just a couple of guys. We were all based in Seoul and Incheon. A couple of guys that just met up on every now and then to play together. We are much more than that now. We're at like 115, 120 now.
We passed the 100 mark, yes.
But yeah. We
That's 100, dude. Soon we'll reach 100.
We're gonna sacrifice 1,000 Warhammer players a day to Suhun.
Oh God, no.
But anyways, yeah.
He's not my emperor.
So I started and I get here and I'm in quarantine for 2 weeks. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna finish my Sanguinary Guard with the paints I brought. And then some of the guys live right near me in my city. and they said, "Hey, you ordered some Leviathans. Why don't we'll bring them over to you?" And Suhun comes over with the Leviathans. Bill comes over with noodles, beer, and a bottle of vodka and says, "Have fun." So they literally brought me that and two Leviathans. One which actually sits on Rachel's shelf now.
It does.
He is so take good care of him. He's very special. He was the first.
He will be taken good care of.
He was the first.
When I start
model
playing 30K,
when
he
I
will
got
get
into
used.
Korea. He was my first model.
Hmm.
Well, one of two. I have his brother.
Very first.
But yeah, so and then within the day, literally the day after I get out of quarantine, Justin, Bill, and Suhun meet me and they said, "Let's play some Warhammer." I was out of quarantine a day. And then in March, I played in my first tournament. I got last place. Well, not last place because one of the players didn't show up, so I technically wasn't last.
Hey. Hey, that's a W anyways. It's fine.
But I also drank Luke's water.
Oh yeah, that was one of the. I was like, bruh.
The start of a beautiful friendship.
Start of a beautiful friendship. I drank Luke's water.
Yeah.
And actually,
Rude.
the first game in Korea was actually against Luke too, because we played on TTS while I was in quarantine because we were doing Crusade. The same Crusade that spawned the legend of Barrel Team 6.
Oh yeah, I remember. As I told you, Nick, don't charge me.
I found out the
fight
hard way
first, and
what
then
a
you
floated
charge me
blight
anyway.
spawn does. I found out firsthand what a blight spawn does.
Yeah.
And you start.
Yeah, this is personal now. But yeah, and then I was getting better at my Blood Angels. We played the team tournament. I did pretty well. I placed middle of the pack there. I placed, and then around like May, I said, "Man, I am tired of playing Blood Angels. I don't really love this. I want centerpiece models." And I said, "Man, these demons look really cool." And I looked
that's
up
how they
and
get
I'm
you.
like, what's good? And I literally
Horus
was sitting there. I'm
Heresy.
like, what's good? I stumbled across a list that was mono Slanesh. And I said, "Man." And the big reason I did it, and I said, "Man, this looks really fun." So I went out that week and ordered 30 Demonettes, 15 Fiends, and the legendary, the seen but never replicated Keeper of Secrets. All 4 of them. I
There
purchased
you
all
go,
4
guys.
of them.
Bingo card.
And
Seakeeper.
my first event
a
I
keeper,
bring them to,
alright.
I get Remy. I get who else did I get? I got Remy. I got I got Suhun that day. I got Suhun, I got James, and I got Rock. Or Remy, James, Rock that day. That was Remy, James, and Rock that day. Remy, I trickle fed him my demons, so they got slaughtered. And that's the only time Remy's ever seen my demons was that day. It's the only time he's ever seen them. The first game I ever played. Literally, I built and painted them that week. And so I hadn't ever played them before. He got my very first game on them. The second game was against I want to say the second game, I forget who it was against. It wasn't James, but I forget who it was against. And then the third game was against Rock.
The
last game was.
No, are you sure it was with me? Did you fight
Oh,
with
you know
Mr.
what? Those are
Hampton?
2 different tournament days. Yes, I played James and I played someone else that day. I
it's,
forget who was my
different
third game that day. But I played, I think that day I played against you. I played Suhun because I came across. I played Mr. Hamster.
Right.
And I played, I played Remy. Because against you I played, I played Mr. Hamster. I played Rock, and I played Suhun that day. In that second tournament I ever played with him. But yeah, it was I definitely had a personal score with I definitely had a very personal score after I got bodied by the Nids against taking it, and I took it out on Rock game 3. But yeah,
My God. And that's like my first tournament also. And you just like, no.
and shortly after that, I did
you're going
get
down.
my Lord of Change, my Great Unclean One, and my 2 Bloodthirsters. Actually, I own 3 now. I got my Bloodthirsters. So the first people to ever see that actually was Suhoon and Justin at the end of our first league. Both attempted to kill the chicken. Neither one, with everything they had.
Mistake.
They threw everything. Justin threw 2 Exorcists and Morven Vol into it for 2.5 straight turns. It did not, and a Squad of Repentia. It did not die. Yeah, it ended up surviving, and literally as it lived, and the last shot just didn't kill it. I could just see a piece of Justin, die. And we move on, we move on past that. I start playing my demons a lot. Over the summer, I'm playing them every weekend. And I get very, very good at them. Then I go against in the tournament. And then, I played at Benny's where I went 2-1. I played kind of dumb the last game. Definitely threw. But I remember Justin ran up and Void Dragon hits the chicken. Does 5 wounds.
Oof.
Through the invuln, just into my feel no pain, and his terrible rolling does 5 wounds to the Lord of Change. Lord of Change nukes him with some psychic, and Bellicor comes over the wall. And as soon as I got Bellicor, that was just like all she wrote. The Bloodthirster came out of the list, and Bellicor just has been going ham ever since. Although I still can't do well in League with that. Let me tell you, that's a huge hit to my points this year and is the reason for a lot of my salt. Demons are very good in tournaments a lot of the time in our meta because people can't afford to build against the demons. In League, they can do that. So they get countered very, very easily. They're not a hard army to beat if you can build for them or if you know how to play them. They're not terribly hard to beat. Even Justin was saying, he's like, the first time I saw them, he was overwhelmed with target selection. I have 5, 6 greater demons on the table. That's a lot of targets. And now he's like, oh, okay, now I see like how to kind of gut your list. But now that by that point, I had played them. I had dropped in 50 games on them. So, at that point, even if I'm piloting a literal toaster, someone drops 50 games on something, it's hard to beat. Yeah.
It's about knowing your army well.
Yeah, I try to. I go into every game like I'm gonna get bodied, and it actually helps me do better. I assume I'm gonna lose, and that way I make fewer mistakes. But yeah, now that the chicken got nerfed again, the Nurglings got nerfed again, the Bellicor got nerfed. Literally.
Okay. Hold on with the salt, man. Keep it for next week. I know.
Keep the
I
salt
am
for
as
next
bothered
week
as
when
you
we
are.
talk about
Trust me.
point changes.
Yeah.
Whoever slept with whatever demon player slept with the head of the balance team's wife, you have betrayed all of us.
Yes.
No. Oh my God.
But yeah, and so that led to me. I know this is going to be like that kid that gets an A on a test and is mad about it. Led to me finishing 5th. But if we move on to our next person, you'll see why I'm so salty about this. Luke, where did you finish? Where did you finish?
I am forever bound to gatekeep the top 3.
Where did you finish? Where did you finish?
I finished 4th place. Yes. I could not move forward. I could not go backwards. Always, but yeah, I got stuck.
The top 5 haven't moved in like the last 6 months. The top 5, we haven't moved in the past 6 months.
Following the salt train that just left the station, friendship ended with Nurgle. The Emperor is my new best friend.
Emperor and Cesaric. Cesaric's my homie now. Going back to the Blood Angels. Cesaric's my homie. Actually, no, I'm doing Kron's. Sanguinius is my homie because I'm Kron's.
Well, in kind of a summary, this was my first year Warhammer, like full year, because I started playing. Truly playing. It didn't start until like January maybe. Massive shout out to Sam, because before that, Sam, who left already in this country, but back in the day, it was Sam who basically helped me to build stuff and test stuff and said, "This is stupid." I'm like, bruh. So yes. Besides that, I had only played like 5 games in 8th edition, and I had no idea what I was doing. And then I was just trying to I was bashing my head against the wall, trying to fight Suze, Justin, and Remy. I think what my first tournament last year was.
You left me off that list. Rude.
Was it? I remember it was Mortarion. I brought Mortarion. I remember I faced Remy for the first time. I faced Anthony that tournament as well, and I think it was Justin.
I was still in
That was the first
quarantine during that tournament.
Yeah, so you were not there in that
It
tournament.
was the day
yes.
after I arrived.
Yep. So that was the first tournament. I had no idea what I was doing. I messed up all my rules. It was like a week after the codex was dropped, so I had no idea what I was doing. It was fun either way. And then everything started to happen, like games, the first league, basically just throwing things together, trying to make lists, make it happen, make it work, testing with Remy. And then I was playing the Edgar in the way that is basically has been played. Terminators, boxes, Marines, Mortarion here and there. And then somewhere along the lines, Remy just texts me like, "Oh, you should give this a look." And then I see a podcast on the website, and this guy won 5-1 on the GT, playing Epidemius mixed with Bellacore and stuff. I was like, Epidemius doesn't sound so bad now, huh? Especially when the FAQ came out that you could actually summon without losing contagions. So I said, you know what, let's give it a shot. And I actually played, even before this thing that Remy said, I played some Epidemius games, but I only had like 2 PVCs and 1 Blight Holder. That's what I had. Those were my demons. It was performing poorly, but somehow it was doing the trick. And that's like, okay, yeah, I see where this is going. Let's crank it up a notch. And then I ended up I went blind in one tournament. I think it was the first tournament at Benny's. I borrowed Nick Bellacore. I had no idea what I was doing. I still no idea what I'm doing most of the time. Turn 1, Bellacore dies. I was like, okay, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. But the engines proved their point. I managed to beat that mech. Tough call. I struggled against Knights because Knights, I had no idea what I was doing with Knights. First time facing them. But basically the year was a progression into regular Deathguard. Demon Engines is a thing. And right now, at the very end of the league, I start testing, the Terminus Est and the Poxwalker spam. I'm like, oh, so I see the potential here. If you play this way, this is really good. And now that I got the gist of it, of playing Terminus Est, the point drop. And now Poxes are nerfed to the ground as well as Terminators. So I was like, oh man, I got late to the thing. But luckily, like we were discussing, like engines got buff in a sense. But I don't think they're actually buff, especially with Tower on the corner, especially to Eldar on the corner with the... I don't know why Games Workshop had this, I'm gonna say it, hard on with D6 plus bazillion extra plus damage to whatever weapon they're pumping out now, so every profile is just bonkers. So it makes you wonder, oh yeah, you -1 damage, great. I deal 12 flat damage with this cannon, like, yeah, this thing is dead. There's not much in between those things. But yeah, the new league is coming, new season. I'm gonna keep playing the guard because I want things I want to test. I was gonna test something, but Rock beat me to it because it's the list that I think I gave you that list a while ago, and now you're bringing it back with the decimators. But now I just want to give it a shot with Custodes. I just want to try something different just to get it. But I'm still gonna be playing that guard on the side because once you're chaos, you're always chaos.
Yeah,
and honestly, they say, "Oh, you're playing the Custodes is the Emperor." Well, with Deathguard, I worship a corpse. When I'm playing Custodes, I'm still worshiping a corpse. So I don't think there's much of a difference. Tomato, death.
Just
So
different corpses. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. One is a smelly green corpse, and the other is just a smelly golden corpse. It's pretty much the same thing.
The thing is, do not. I just gotta tell you guys, be prepared for the new year. It might take me a couple months to get the models together,
Oh yeah,
but it's
Chronicles.
gonna happen.
Oh.
Or like how
Nurgle
everybody
will
is suddenly.
rise, and there
The
will
Wu-Tang
be
Dynasty will rise again. Oh wait,
27.
The Wu-Tang Dynasty.
And I will be singing my rendition of Beast of Don't Want to Be Your Beast of Nurgle the whole time.
oh god, no!
Oh my
27
God.
Nurgles.
27 Beasts of Nurgle on the objective.
27 beasts of Nurgles in the shower of.
Oh my god.
No, Nick,
Why is it always
before
Paul?
that, you told me that you were going 7
No,
months.
Yeah, I
so,
haven't done that.
The fact, so, and it's not 7. First of all, it's 11, and it came down to the fact.
Oh my.
Oh, okay,
That came down
it's
to the
even
fact
worse,
that
okay.
Bloodthirsters are $140 each. That kind of
I mean,
stopped
just
me.
I'm just gonna say
Oh,
proceed
the-
with the deed and move
Proceed
forward.
with the deed.
Also, I don't
Channel
have the space
spirit
to put
of High
11
Chaplain Remy.
Bloodthirsters anywhere. I can barely fit my 3, dude.
You just need to, take all the food and like cups and plates out of your
Yeah.
cabinets and replace it with bloodthirsters.
You laugh, but I have
Exactly.
considered it.
Jesus. Well, I think that sums up the entire thing. I may be writing something soon about the whole death guard, mostly because I want to put some more specific stuff regarding the list and everything. It's just mostly as a pet peeve of just wanting to write something. But anyway, I think we're kind of covered everything up. It was an interesting year. New Year's coming ahead,
Yeah.
and since we're gonna let's brag our last rides from the year. Nick, what was your score as a demon player? Because on Death Guard, I am until LBO happens. This was recorded before LBO. I numbered 45 in the world. Hey, 45 Death Guard
Last I
player.
checked before LVO, 18.
Ooh, spicy.
18 demon player. Yep.
Nice. 45 Death Guard. There you go.
I
Boom.
capped out this season. My highest was 9. I broke the single digits once.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I think
That's
the
very, very
highest
good.
I ever hit was like 8 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Might have been
Enjoy
a
it
little
for
higher,
now
but it
before
was pretty
LBO.
crazy.
Before LBO happens, we're gonna get completely destroyed to the ground with the points.
There's like no, but the thing is, the only demon player showing up, the only demon players I've been seeing are all in front of me anyway. So I'm
there you go.
keeping an eye out
There
though
you
for
go.
Mark
There
H's
you go.
list though,
Bye.
because he's our number 1 demon player and he's a top 30 in the world. So I'm keeping an eye out for his list. Because he might have they're not using
the
points drops, but I'm just waiting. There might be an answer coming up for he's probably already theory crafting some stuff to replace the Lord of Change because he did last tournament. So people aren't like it. People are already thinking to get rid of it, but we'll see.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so this is it for this week for the War Report. Remember, we had the live streams on Twitch with the painting gang. Adam, most likely Nick also maybe joining up soon. Also Rachel in the future.
Yep. I'll be getting painting
And
stuff too.
Thanks for my beautiful co-hosts here for joining me today, Nick, Rachel, and Rock.
Have a good night. Just pray you don't hit my 27 Beast of Nurgle with heroic intervention on the table.
Oh my
Well,
god.
have a good night. Here's where I'll say Nurgle bless, but because I just sold out I'm a sellout. I'm gonna say the Emperor bless now. Hey.
Wow. Wait, is it? Oh, wait, if that's the case, is it my turn?
No,
to say
I'm gonna
like
hold it
Nurgle
forever.
bless?
Nurgle bless everybody. Good night. Good night.